You're tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hey guys, we're back here at AFTERBUZZ TV.
What's up?
Coming into your home here on the Resurrection After Show here at AFTERBUZZ TV.
Yeah.
How many times can I say after in one statement?
But you say it like it's a wrestling match about to start.
6. Yeah, we're getting down.
Right
we're bringing Margaret versus Barbara versus Elaine.
Let's get it on.
Fred versus Margaret and Bellamy versus Angela. It's a throwdown.
Let's go.
Are we gonna get Jenny versus Jacob? Probably
Jenny,
not.
no.
Wait, hold on.
You guys,
Whoa. First.
I'm just throwing out names
I think
here.
you need to address the mustache. Like, first.
Address the mo.
For the next 45 minutes, can we talk about your mustache?
Or like 4 to 5
Those
seconds.
of you who are just listening to us and not watching us, there's a huge mo.
Well, there's multiple reasons
on your
behind
camera.
the mustache. There's multiple reasons here. One,
Camera left.
It was just Halloween, and I was Bob Belcher from Bob's Burgers.
Oh, okay. You look the
I
part.
don't know what that is.
It's also Movember, you guys.
Oh.
This is Men's Health Awareness Month, if you guys are not aware, and it's so people are growing mustaches.
Nice
so
in order
Melina and
to,
I next week we're gonna come in and when we have a little something.
well, it's good. It's to support. It's to support
you,
and
men.
bring awareness
Yeah.
for things like prostate cancer and other things that people need to be aware of that are related to men's health issues.
So we should sit here without our shirts on, with just our bras, to raise awareness
Maybe we
for
would
breast
get
cancer.
a lot more viewers then.
Oh, true.
Gotcha, girl.
Nice.
I'll high five that.
Yeah, I'd watch that podcast.
I'd watch
I don't think AfterBuzz would air it though. But guys, we're not here to talk about all that. We're here to talk about Resurrection episode titled Afflictions. I'm your host, Zach Wilson. Tonight's fantastic panel. They've been making fun of me all day.
No, we love you.
To my left, the fantastic Melina Obvious.
Hi.
To her left, the wonderful Chelsea Briche.
Hi guys.
Let's see what he comes up with.
And
Drum
oh,
roll,
now I got all
please.
this kind of pressure. And the rolling deep G-Master.
Oh, nice.
I don't know.
I
You're
love
drum
it.
rolling. That was
I'm
the first
rolling in
thing
the
I had.
deep. You my man, bro. It's
All
good.
right.
It's good to be here.
Let's get into it. This is the show is finally starting to pick up some pace.
Yeah, I'm getting some, some sweat bump, goosebumps here and there, sweat bumps too. That's something that I haven't been treated. I think that's the first. I think it's the first thing that comes up. I think I have a resurrection virus, maybe. But I'm so excited about this episode.
Chelsea Polka, make sure he's still here.
No, now I
am.
feel like I'm a little scared to be sitting next to you.
I'm so excited for this
Sweat
episode
bumps.
because I get to see, Bellamy really like go for it and make things happen as opposed to watching them happen. So I'm really happy for his character doing something now. And a lot of other things that are going on. So I like this episode.
Yeah,
Did you like it?
I thought it was great. Let's talk about Bellamy. Let's
get
go
into
through
it.
his journey, because that's where we left him and where we pick up with him. He's really sick.
Yeah.
He's getting whatever this virus is that the Returned are getting, and so he's calling the government. I'm sick. You got to help me. And they go collect him off the floor, and they. They bring him in.
What's going on here?
We just met into
They need to get closer together on camera.
At least call me first. Give me a flower or something.
Oh my god. Baby
Continue.
steps. I told you.
Off topic. So I need you.
Different show.
I need the off-topic alarm on cue.
Yeah. I mean, if Bellamy and Maggie aren't gonna do it, then something has to happen somewhere.
But when are they gonna do it?
I don't know, but definitely not in this episode.
Not with that sickness he has. I mean, he was in the bathroom like throwing up, like he had sweat bumps everywhere.
Yeah, but
He passed out on the floor, and so the government had to finally collect him.
Yeah.
But that turned out to be the best case scenario because you put him in a place where he could get all the answers he's been wanting to get.
But besides the whole medical attention, I think it was really cool to watch the development of the characters in what is her name? the agent.
Oh, the agent. We finally got her name.
Angela
Forrester.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I think she's been such a harsh character since she's been introduced, and not that any means and now she's rainbows and sunshine, but she finally had an attachment, like an emotional attachment, I feel like, to him.
Yeah,
Which
well,
was really interesting to
well, it helped that we
watch.
got a little bit of her backstory in this episode because we
I mean,
open
very
up
little.
on a very little, but like
Yeah.
enough that like we're starting to get a fuller picture. She's not this two-dimensional villain. She's becoming a three-dimensional character because we opened up on her. Like as a kid in the middle of a field, which is like something we're used to getting at this
Right.
point as kids in fields. But in this case, she's not a return. She's like the survivor of a plane crash. It's like a little bit. It was at a loss for a second there because she's just sitting there with like still with her drink in hand, like frozen.
that whole
That
thing was really
1920
creepy
soda
to me,
she
though.
has.
Yeah.
Like,
That
probably
was a
no
little
fizz in there
creepy.
No fizz.
at
And
all.
she just had
I think
no.
it was called No Fizz.
Yeah, she had
You
no
guys, Can we
expression.
talk about this?
What?
The drink.
I'm sorry.
I'm talking to you.
Okay.
Did you not think that was creepy?
No.
Yes.
Her deadpan look?
This is
Yeah,
resurrection.
just-
Nothing is creepy anymore. We have
Because
dead people.
She was just sitting there, just
Yeah.
so.
Well,
Well,
she just went through what is basically the most traumatic experience you could possibly go through. Probably anyone she was with is probably dead. It looks like that
Yeah,
she's
they
the
said,
lone
like, we have
survivor.
one survivor.
Yeah. So,
So
the mind
no.
is just frozen trying to process that. I
Right.
can't imagine
Yeah,
what
and-
She didn't look terrified.
See, that's
She
what I'm
looked-
saying. It
she
wasn't
just
like
was,
a terrified,
chilling.
like,
She was
shaking.
like,
It was
oh,
like-
but you know what?
Tell me.
She has premonitions. She probably knew the plane was gonna crash.
Whoa, wait, premonitions?
Well,
yeah,
she
they
like
said
can,
it
yeah,
later in the show.
yeah.
I didn't
she-
take that as a psychic premonitions. I took that as
Oh.
she's hard math. She believes in numbers and
Oh,
statistics.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
I
because she
didn't.
said she can like sense it or something.
Yeah.
No,
That's
she
how I
can
took
figure it
as.
out when it's going to happen and like all through the numbers.
Did you see the board, the dry
Yes.
erase board?
Yeah.
Numbers.
Yes, that was all numbers.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think
Yeah.
that she does predictions that way, and because she said numbers never lie and
Right.
everything, so I do think
She's a next level statistician.
statistician,
Because
Okay.
I can't even add two
not an
plus
esthetician,
two.
but a
It's
statistician.
4. Sometimes.
No, yeah,
Sorry, Mom and Dad,
she's
for
a
all
smart.
that education that
Yeah,
you paid for.
that education that never got.
Education.
But she's a smart lady, and
Yeah.
I'm glad that we finally got to see behind the Wizard of Oz curtain. You know what I'm saying? To really see what's going on, and what's actually going on is a lot of unanswered questions on her end as well. I think she
Yeah.
doesn't know. However, she has that stern look about her that you just don't know. She got that poker face. You don't know what she knows and doesn't know.
Called
you
a
know?
resting bitch face.
She does have that. I agree.
But we're finally starting to see her as like I think she might be a good person at the heart
I
of it.
said that
like-
from the
Yeah.
beginning.
Yeah.
And at the
I
heart,
think
but
he said it too.
Everyone wants
The
credit.
girls were right. I'm just saying. Right?
We're just happy watching the show.
I know.
Me and G. But so they finally get to go into a little bit of what this disease is,
Yeah.
and it's a mutated form of Spanish flu, which I guess is like basically a returns just died from the Spanish flu or like with the Spanish flu in their system, came back and infected people, but because of whatever it is that brought them back to life, it's taken on a new form because it brought essentially the virus is also returned.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's returned in just like the people had crazy abilities, like or that like the super digestion. They're just eating and eating and eating. The virus took on a new form.
But then again, she did say it was a prediction as well. We
Right.
don't know how this got here. We think this, and
Yes.
this. So we still don't have a clear answer. I think that was the first little word that we skip over because we're so excited for information, But I don't think we still have a clear, definitive answer as to how this virus came. I think we believe her because she seems smart and she has a lot of cool suits on, but we still don't have a clear answer.
But I also feel like the doctor who was treating Agent Bellamy, I feel like I don't know if you guys thought the same way, but in a normal situation, he was just very like, oh, I don't know. Like, I don't know what I'm giving you. Like, that wouldn't happen if you were in a real hospital. They just wouldn't tell you.
Do you think he really didn't know? Do you think he really didn't? He was too honest, you're saying?
Yeah, I'm saying, like, let's say if you were laying in a hospital bed and you asked the doctor a question, or, like, he wouldn't be like, oh, I don't know what this is, or, no, we don't have all the answers. Did anyone pick up on that?
I think you're right.
What do you
In a
think?
normal situation, I think that would be crazy and unheard of. I think in this situation, it's one like federal agent talking to another.
So that's why you think it was just like, here's a deal, like...
Yeah, because I actually am starting to think the government isn't intentionally withholding information from him.
They just really don't know.
They really just don't know.
Yeah.
They're just as clueless as we are.
And they're using all their resources, and one being this guy, Bellamy, who they can plant and kind of bribe to get them information. So, I think they're doing what they do.
Yeah, so far, I mean, what bad stuff have they really done? Like, they didn't... It's clear now that they didn't, like, take the returned away... like and put them in like a jail. They put them in a facility where they could monitor them and take care of them.
The government are great people.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, 66 died.
Well, they died because of a virus that they're trying to cure, but they're just they can't get it.
Yeah, it's good information. Yeah, at least we know what's going on. Like we haven't even heard from. We don't know what's going on. The first one that was detained is Jenny. We get to see her finally, so that's
Sweet
cool.
Jenny girl.
Yeah.
We get to see someone who was taken.
She's really cute. Yeah, 66 died so far. That's not an accident.
No.
That's a number.
Out of
That
how
devil's
many, though?
number, yeah.
What?
Out of how many?
They said 23%.
No, but 66 out of... So what does that
We
mean?
have to do the math.
I just told you I can't
That's
do math.
algebra.
Yeah.
We gotta figure this out.
I can't even do that
So they
math.
never
Maybe
told
Angela
us,
can
like-
do the
But
math.
it was
So they never told
66
us how many
is
have returned, right?
23%
So
of the
23%
total.
of
Can
66
someone
is what?
tweet me what that is?
Please.
Somebody with a
We
calculator.
need to figure out X. Somebody.
Okay, but I'm just saying I didn't miss that. They didn't say how many total
Alright, I
returned.
No,
have a
they gave us two numbers.
Okay.
So whatever, roughly 66 times 4. So.
You know what? We have great fans, and I'm
Roughly.
sure as soon as this podcast closes tonight, we'll have the answer because
roughly 200.
everyone's tweeting us.
It's roughly 200 returns.
Is that
total.
right?
Well, it's like 240 if you're doing 66
All
times.
right.
Okay.
All right. There we go.
All right, thank you.
See, ask and you shall receive. Like the government, just use your resources. You know what I mean? However,
But it's not quite that because it's only 23%.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Either way.
Okay.
Numbers don't lie, you guys.
Unless you add them wrong. And
that's good.
They didn't lie.
moving on.
You told them a lie. Anyway.
Next.
So, but this is also Bellamy he's discovering more stuff about himself because when Angela sees his birthmark, and we all knew this already.
I think in that second, that's when she became attached to him.
Yeah.
Right? Because she
I think
had
so.
the flashback of watching his mother beg for her child.
Right.
Because she suddenly understood his backstory. Before then, he was this agent who wasn't really cooperative and was also a problem in her formula. She has this scientific mathematical formula as to how the return function, where they're going to show up, how far they're going to be, like when they are going to come back. So far, they'd all come from Arcadia. They'd all been born in Arcadia. He was the only one that she couldn't tie directly to the town.
Yeah, she said, "You're the only
until
snag.
now."
You're the only
That's right.
snag in this whole equation is you." Yeah.
So we know that there's something about Arcadia. And we've talked about it before on the show. Arcadia is a Greek mythological place for like a paradise, for lack of a better word, like green, just rolling hills paradise. It's very full of life.
I think he had a great response to it too, like to just know how you died, and then just all information he was given.
Right.
It was like, okay, now this. I mean, we'll get to Maggie soon, but this is some real reaction to a life that you didn't know you had. Like Eve even said, like a whole life I thought I had that I was dead the whole time. I mean, she didn't even think of it that way, but to finally, know that you died before you died
Twice.
and
It's a
how you
double
died,
return.
that you drowned, which is a cool little fact that we're putting together now.
That's what I was going to
Yeah.
say. We totally missed that there's another connection to the water.
Another drowning,
Yeah.
yeah.
Another, yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Well, they dropped that. It was one of those like they drop a little tidbit here,
Yeah,
a little
they did.
tidbit here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now he's essentially going to go back to Arcadia with. He wants to take his sister with him. And that's the government's rule. If they have relatives in Arcadia, they can go back.
Here is my confusion with this episode. So when Jenny draws the picture
Yes.
and gives it to him,
Right.
she's like, "This is my baby brother."
Right.
Do you think
But
she
then
knows?
she
this?
gives it to him.
That's what I'm saying. So that's where I'm just.
I was a little thrown by that too.
Kinda thrown,
'cause
right?
I thought she was gonna say, "I love you, Robbie," or like something.
Or like, so she knows. I'm
It
just
felt
confused.
She doesn't
I don't
know.
think she
doesn't know.
knows.
He hasn't told her.
But giving him the picture, you're right. It felt like they were teasing towards that, but then they never paid it
Or
off.
she never said anything like, my baby brother's in here, or I miss him.
Yeah.
I don't know. That
I
was
think
just
it
kind
was
of-
just I don't know. They wanted to make it sentimental. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's what kids do. They make
Yeah.
pictures and give it to adults.
Well, she wasn't making the picture
But-
for him because she didn't even know he was coming down to see her. She's
Right.
making a picture, and here's this semi-stranger who just said, I'm going to get you out of here, and I'm going to take you back to Arcadia with me.
And she's
like,
"Here's."
okay, you can have this picture.
Well, he did help them out in Arcadia, like before, so she remembers him very fondly as being the person who was very nice.
Helped
and
her
very
family.
helpful.
But
Yeah.
I guess my
I
point
don't know if
was she was
remembers him
never like...
fondly. Because she's just like, yeah, I remember you. I don't think she remembers him
She calls him a
fondly.
nice
Yeah.
man.
Well,
He's
he is
just
a nice man.
Yeah.
That's a fond memory.
Is it really? That's
A
fond?
nice, when you say someone's a nice person.
Okay, so
Oh,
this
I
group
think you're a
needs
nice
math
person.
and vocab lessons. But,
And relationship counseling.
But what
but
she's saying
besides
there is
that,
she thinks she,
that's coming, trust me. But I just...
For us?
Yeah, later. But there was nothing attached to like that her brother was no longer there.
Right.
Right. They skipped
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
No. At the end of it, you're right. I
That
think
was
it
kind
does.
of strange,
It
right?
does
Yeah.
seem that she doesn't know that he's her brother.
That's
but
what I
like,
got the vibe, like that she doesn't know that like her brother's gone or
I know.
he's.
I know.
Ugh, it just
I know.
bothers me.
Relax.
I
I-
think I think that's just a writing thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, I'll let it go.
There's only so much time to fit.
But we'll
you know,
see what
everything.
happens as we move forward. I'm sure
Yeah.
Jenny will be back. We get him. He promises. I promise everything will be okay. You don't promise that on a TV
so
show.
you-
Damn it, Omar Epps. You know
The
better than
second
that.
you promise, back.
Oh man, Omar, you've done enough movies and
Wait.
TV to know that you just don't make promises like that because now all the audience were like,
The
when-
writers wrote
how
that,
how is he gonna
right?
break that?
It's
Yeah,
This
we're
part-
joking.
okay.
We're joking.
I'm really tired.
We can
I'm just
see.
like, what is happening?
I mean,
here?
we can't see. You look great.
Shut up.
But he says, I promise everything will be okay. And as like a
We're
TV
like,
viewer and a fan, I'm just like,
That's like
I can
instant
now
drama.
promise you everything will not be okay.
Yeah,
yeah, they
When is
always
she
say
gonna
that.
die? Yeah, that's,
Oh
I
my
know.
God, Jenny's
Jenny,
not
she
know.
can't die.
I hope
No,
she won't
Janae.
die.
gonna.
She's so sweet, and
I
seeing them
love you,
together,
Jenna.
and then Angela was looking at them in the window. It was like
Yeah,
she
she's
started
like
to.
becoming attached.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Which might be good. Maybe that'll
I think
end
that'll
up,
be
like,
great.
saving.
Because, like, what family does Angela have?
Well,
We'll find out.
Everybody
they
died
died
on
in
the
the
plane
plane.
crash. Ooh, nice.
Same
So, yeah.
But so I mean, Bellamy's got a lot to he's going with, and meanwhile, back in Arcadia, we have Maggie going through her own.
Running amok as usual.
poor
It's
Maggie.
been a rough time for Maggie. Her mom just
Created
died.
by oh no, Maggie. Sorry, I'm thinking of Margaret.
Yeah, Maggie the younger.
Yeah.
The-
Oh, I feel
our
so sad for
Dr.
her.
Maggie.
Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah,
her-
I do too.
She basically her mom just died all over again.
Now
And-
she can really grieve a normal grieving. I mean, she was a She was a
Right,
baby
she was a
before.
baby. Yeah, in a
normal
stroller.
with a big old asterisk.
Yeah,
on
I mean,
there.
well, now it's like you actually connected with this woman as an adult in a different life. It's almost like you got another chance, right?
Right.
And so now
Yeah.
she's gone. So the grieving I feel is we can connect to it as real living people watching. We can really connect with something like that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so she's going through this sadness, and it's like it's so obvious. And oh man, she's doing some great acting too.
Yeah, it was a great performance
yeah.
because you can see just the the devastation. It's that flat devastation of just like unwilling to go on. Like she's just her day is just motions. She's just going through the most.
She even had a
basic
big
emotions.
blurry spells. Like she
Right.
was
Yeah.
really losing it, man.
I mean, I do agree with you guys, but at the same time, I was a little surprised how hard it hit her.
I agree.
Because, like, I think,
it didn't make sense.
Yeah, to me, it
to their
didn't make-
relationship.
What didn't make sense?
I think her emotions were so raw, maybe it all caught up with her, but it's not like her mom came back and they were best friends and, like, they
Right.
shared all their memories.
They were
No.
becoming that though.
No, but they
No,
were.
I
but
don't think so.
They were getting along. She spent that wonderful night with her family, and even if she didn't
Yeah.
fully connect to her mother, she got that taste of this is what my family could have been like, and she
Yeah.
Right.
allowed herself to hope. And
Yeah.
that hope was so big because this is the thing she wanted her whole life, the thing that she never had and always wanted, and she got it. And then they ripped it away from her before she could even breathe about it.
Yeah, that's true. And that hurt the way you said that.
Yeah, that was really good.
And he ripped it out. What is it?
No, I get
But
it.
yeah.
I just felt like,
And
Yeah, I feel for her.
pile on top of it.
I mean, those emotions were so raw and so over the top.
It was over the top.
Like,
it didn't happen the first time she heard it. It didn't happen the
Right.
second time she's talking about it, and it happened.
so now all of a sudden,
know.
like, she can't breathe, you know?
Right.
And we're like, wait.
She was having like a full-on panic attack.
full on, like, her hands are shaking. She's breaking picture frames. She can't
Yeah.
drink. She can't eat. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't buy it. I think that was just for TV
I'm on the
purposes.
fence, but I'm not in on that.
Me neither.
She's not hurting enough for you, or she's hurting too
No.
much.
And that's really weird because I'm the most emotional person. So, like, I get it. I just felt it was taken to another level where I just didn't see her as a viewer. Like, I didn't see that character reach that level to have that sort of reaction.
Well, the other thing
So
is
just tell Maggie, Maggie, cry less.
Yes.
Maggie,
thing is
get
that
it together, girl.
she's not just dealing with that, but like piled on top of it is that Bellamy, like, they were having this really like
See, I think
emotional
so- I
connection,
think
and then
that's- yeah.
Bellamy just up and left.
Yeah.
He was just like, okay, we're getting really close. Like, I'm gonna tell
And
you my
that's her
dark
buddy.
secret, and then she
Yeah.
turns around
Yeah.
and he's gone.
Right.
Yeah, and she wants to tell him this is what happened to my mom, and he's not even there.
Yeah.
He is first time he says I'm sorry about your mom is
Yeah.
when he comes back.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure he was gone for a couple
When
days,
she
maybe.
just opens the door and says nothing.
Nothing.
I love that
Me too.
so much.
She's
That's
honest.
no,
She's
she
one of the
is.
most
That's
honest.
exactly what I would do. Like,
Yeah.
don't come back and show up at my house like after disappearing and not call anything.
Right.
Like,
see the way he stood there?
I wouldn't even open the door.
That was
yeah,
like-
he did.
Hey Max, I'm back.
I'm back, girl. Don't come back. I don't know. That was a bold move, I think.
To come back?
I mean, obviously he's gonna come back, but just to not
yeah.
just here.
Hi.
I'm
I mean-
here. I decided to come back into your life.
what would you rather he do? Texting? I'm gonna be
No,
back in
call.
5 minutes, girl.
No, call.
No, just
He can't call. He left his phone.
show up
Yeah.
and be prepared with something. Not be like, oh, I'm sorry to hear about your mom, or
Yeah.
not have no explanation of what
Yeah.
you've been
Yeah.
doing.
He offers explanation like 2 minutes later.
No, he does. He's a liar.
This
He
is the
doesn't tell her
war
whole
of the
thing.
sexes right now.
It is because you guys don't get it.
You're not getting it.
I get it.
No.
I get it.
You
But it's
do?
a real.
I
I
mean,
get it. I
well,
understand both
no,
sides
but
of it.
Well, let's get into it because he did. You're right. He didn't tell her the whole truth, but that's. He could have come back and told her he's a returned. There's all that stuff. He's at the same time he's giving up like basically his medicine, like what's going to keep him alive.
That's huge.
But that's on him. That's
Yeah.
his decision.
It is his decision.
Did
I'm
she
sorry.
make him do that?
No.
No,
And
I'm
had
not
she
blaming
known,
Maggie for
she
that.
wouldn't have just taken all the medicine. Well, it's clearly not all because we saw him opening up that bag, and I don't know how many. There might be 200 vials in there. I don't know, but I don't know. I think just moving past that a little bit with Maggie. I don't know how you guys feel. So like, Daddy is not drinking anymore, right?
Fred.
So, yeah, Daddy. He is doing better. He's like making better decisions, and then we
Right.
see Maggie like going for the pills. Do you like for
Wait,
them
what pills?
You don't remember when she went to the back of the
Aspirin.
doctor?
When she went to
That was
I don't
aspirin?
think that was aspirin.
No.
Wait, time out.
You don't remember this? She goes back into the hospital. Remember, she
Right,
tells
right, right.
Daddy that she needs to go, and then the nurse bombards her with
Right.
information. She's like, "I just need a minute," and then she goes into her room. She opens the drawer or the cabinet drawer. She takes out pill and then pops her pill, puts her coat on, and takes
Guys,
off.
I don't know where. I think I blinked.
You blinked because it was really
yeah,
quick.
and we don't
No,
want
I
to
didn't
admit
see
that
that.
to our loving fans
Sorry,
that
guys.
watch every moment
That's
of this
right.
show.
You can't blink because this is what
I know,
happens.
there's a lot of stuff that
No,
happens.
I completely missed
I really
it.
feel like for them to show that it's like it's gonna become a problem, and then like Daddy's like here.
Yeah,
doing
then
so
another
well,
scene
and then, like,
later, Daddy is ordering coffee at the bar.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Fred's-
But going back to Fred, that I think I said this out loud while we were watching. He handled it. I was really
Yo, he handled
like
it.
her reaction was so over the top.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like his was so low key.
Yeah.
It was just like an off balance.
It was.
Fred
He
just
should
checked
have
back
been
in,
a
I
little
think.
bit more
And while we
affected.
were watching, you said that he's trying to be strong for Maggie, which I completely agree.
Yeah, 'cause
but I think the second she walked out the door, that's when I expected him to like
Fall apart.
completely. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
And there
you
was
can
none of
see
that.
you can see in his eyes when he's talking to her when he hears it. There's a break. There's like a dissolve from like he's happy. He's got his whole family back, and then it
He
all
won't win an Emmy for that
floods
performance.
away.
No.
Yeah, no.
I didn't believe it.
I don't
Well,
believe it either.
if winning an Emmy is the sign of a good performance, there's no good performances out there.
Yeah.
I don't
Well, I
think
mean, and then I think the next scene when we see Fred, stepping into his mom's face, right?
Yeah.
I think that's when I
Thank
saw.
God.
I love that moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hold on.
Fred.
We're gonna get into that. We're skipping
But-
over a lot too much.
Are we?
Too much.
How did we
Right.
skip what?
We're
It's
skipping
okay.
over tons of
We
stuff.
can
Let's
go
go.
back to
Give it to us.
Oh my
All right.
gosh, we just started talking about it.
Where do you want to go? Where you want to
Well,
go?
we're still talking about. We still haven't even finished talking about Maggie and her whole journey, because she is dealing with not only the fact that this has happened, that her mom's gone, but the fact that she's being lied to
Yeah.
about it, and that's causing her, I think, to have a certain amount of distress about her own sanity and like her own trust and like what is going on. She's losing her sense of just like control on the situation.
I disagree.
Well, when we get in there, like we have Elaine coming over
Yeah.
to start out with. Like Maggie, like here's what happened from Elaine, and Elaine comes over in that skirt.
You
I'd
remember
be
that
remiss
skirt?
if we did not talk about that skirt
Elaine
for at least
did
a
look
moment.
good.
At 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
She
Just
looked
saying.
great.
Girl. It had to be your outfit from
Yeah,
the night
right?
before.
I'll return for that.
The day after Halloween.
She
Well done,
did not
sir.
wake up like that.
Well done.
Yeah, she was great, but I wanted Elaine to really like just be a little stronger.
Yeah,
like
I
you
know
saw
what
this,
I saw.
man. Like
not
why?
like I think.
I maybe have. She's just such.
Maybe.
Is she
Yeah.
blonde? What is she?
I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
she's
it's
Elaine is
Dang
blonde.
it!
She's like really.
I wish she
Chelsea,
didn't live up.
defend your.
I
No,
wish she
because
didn't-
her hair is not natural.
No,
I can
it's
tell
not.
that is
All
not
I'm saying is I
natural
wish she didn't
blonde.
live up to that
I
stereotype.
have never
It is a
dyed my hair.
stereotype.
Thank you.
I just wanted her to like just say what it is and like
Yeah, I
really
agree.
have her girls back.
Yeah.
This is what happened. This is what I saw, and you need to talk to that lady. That old lady
Well, yeah, because
did something.
later Elaine says to Margaret that like I always have Maggie's, or I'm always looking out for her, or I always have her back. And
Right.
yet when she was talking to Maggie, I felt like she really needed to be like,
Stern.
I know what
clear.
I saw.
Right, but
are
you
you
better
sure of what
believe-
you saw? Yes, I know what I saw.
Right.
It was dark, but I know what I saw. It doesn't
And
matter.
When she had that interaction with Margaret, that's when she should have been like, she should have pushed really hard at her.
But Jacob was there, wasn't it? Wasn't
Jacob was
Do you
there.
think that's why?
She's in a public place. She's
Yeah.
at work.
She's
You don't
at
yell at
work.
the customers at work.
And you don't
Oh
yell at
my
old
God.
ladies.
I don't know. I think
just-
what I would have done.
And you don't
'cause,
yell
like,
at old ladies. You don't.
No, I
Margaret
would
had
yell at
her
her.
arm, right? Like not had her arm, but
Yeah.
had her hand like on her, and she was talking. She's like, I don't know. I
She
would
goes,
have
I don't know
said.
what you think. She like
Oh
emphasized.
yeah,
things.
definitely.
Yeah.
I think if I was Elaine, I would have said something. I would have said something like I don't know.
What would you say to that old
I
lady?
don't know if I was in
She
that
would have a
moment and
piece of
she
my
just
mind.
said that to me. I don't know. I would have
Yeah.
said
Exactly. So,
I know
but
exactly
the
what I
answer,
saw, and
the
then
answer
walk
is that
away.
she probably didn't know what to say either. This
True.
just like we wouldn't know
Oh
exactly
no,
like
I would
what
have said
words.
something.
Maybe,
Like I know what I
maybe,
saw.
yeah. So I
A
mean,
little something like
a little something.
confidence.
So
Like,
it sucks just when people know something and don't step up and say it.
It
But then
does suck.
again, what are you saying? You're saying that someone disappeared. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In real life, you're saying someone
Yeah.
disappeared. You're
but her
saying that
daddy disappeared. So like it's
but she saw it, and she's never. Have you ever seen anyone disappear? Never, ever,
Have you
ever.
ever seen someone come back from the dead?
No, no one's ever seen it. So exactly why it's difficult to say exactly what you saw. You know what I'm saying?
I
When-
get it.
And there are other people around to confirm that there are dead people coming back to
Right.
life. Nobody else
Yeah.
saw her. She has no evidence to back it up except
But she-
her eyewitness in the dark.
Right.
And like the only other person that was involved in the situation denying it.
You're telling someone that their mother is gone. Like, you're saying a lot. You're not just saying
You
that
are
someone
saying a
something
lot.
happened and Cupcake went missing. Like, you're saying like someone that you love is now gone.
Right.
And she may have done it. You know what I mean? So you're really she's really saying a lot. I understand that she kind of got freaked out. I wish she would have put her foot down a little tougher
I would
though.
too, especially since the people of Arcadia, well, at least some of them, know that like disappearing is a thing. Like it happens. So I don't know. I don't know. I felt like she had a lot more to like.
To give.
Yeah.
Well, disappearing is a thing, but to accuse one person of causing it,
Right, that's different.
That's another step.
Right.
Well,
You're pointing a finger at one. You're not
I
just
don't
saying
remember
something
hearing
happened.
her say that Margaret made her disappear. She said Margaret was sitting there with her and she
Yeah.
disappeared.
It's a big
I mean, that's
implication.
a different.
Yeah.
It's
That's
it-
saying
a
that like
different
she was
story.
there to see it. Like
And she was distraught and she was
Right.
mad and all that
She-
stuff.
was Margaret
but then,
upset? No,
but
but
then Margaret
she was.
doesn't say anything. Now it's suspicious,
Right.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
if you're saying that she
Margaret
was
is
there,
so awful.
oh, but she's so good. She's such a good
No, she's
character.
so
Such a
good.
brilliant
She's so
actress.
good.
We need her. We needed her to
Yeah.
kind of stir the pot.
Oh,
this.
yeah. I hate her, but I love her. She's
Yeah.
such a-
I hate her, but where is she? She
I
coming
don't
back?
love her.
I don't love
She's
her at all.
Well, just in terms of like her, she brings so much life to the show.
True.
Okay, I'll give you that.
She does.
I don't like her
So much
character.
scandal.
I'm not like, this is such a fun character. It's like, no, but the character is making this show good and compelling.
Yeah, Scandal is good.
It is good. Did you watch on Thursday?
No,
Oh
I
my
mean
God.
Scandal in a story.
I was
Story.
thrown too. I was like, you know what? Look
I
at
love
the TVs.
Scandal,
We're not on
yeah.
We
that.
are so easily distracted.
Yes.
Where we at, Coach?
We're right at the time where we're going to talk about iTunes.
Yay! I love our
I can't
iTunes
wait.
fans.
Guys, we got some fun ones this week. Guys, again, we say it every week, but it really does mean a lot. Go onto the iTunes, hit us with a review. It really does help keep the lights on at this network. It helps keep us having fun on this show because we love hearing your reviews.
Yeah.
And it helps just raise the collective water level of the network. It helps us get guests, and it helps us helps networks find the podcast. It's a big deal. So please go onto iTunes, hit us with a review. Thanks so much for listening.
Yeah.
And you get a shout out. We got 2 this week.
Oh, cool. Who we shouting out?
First,
Who
I
is it?
want to give a shout out to Rezhead, who says, "Happy. This podcast is like Pharrell's song. Upbeat, fun, cool, and very smart. Keep up the good vibes, and hopefully Resurrection will give us a great season 2.
I love it. That's great.
And then, this one's written like a rap, so I feel like I need to rap it.
Let's go.
no.
Let's do it.
I'm
It's by
nervous.
Flying Car. He says, another great AfterBuzz show. Okay,
I'm nervous.
I'm going to give him a shot.
I don't know how to beatbox.
I really love Resurrection. You do great with plot dissection. Your theories are great. I cannot hate. I would say that you are near perfection.
Ooh.
White boy.
As long as you don't have that infection.
Yeah.
That's good.
Drop the mic.
Boom.
Don't actually. Those things are probably fragile.
Expensive too. Who was that? Who was that?
That was Flying Car.
Oh, I love it. Thanks, Flying Car. It was great.
Let me double check. Yes, Flying Car. All right. So let's dive back in. You know who else we got back this week who we hadn't seen in a while was Ray.
Little
I
Ray.
wish
Elaine's
Ray
brother.
would stay away.
Yeah,
And he's a lot more coherent. He's a guy. He's like a
Ray's
man
out
now.
for blood.
Last season we saw him, he was very all over the place, very just disturbed and like hard to control. And now he seems, I guess because he has a mission, he has like a goal.
Right.
So that's
Well, he
giving
said
him
something
clarity.
like, I don't remember his exact words, but he
He
was
just let us
saying,
down
like,
that lane, huh?
All right, you know
dropped
what?
us off.
I'm done talking.
He said-
I'm out.
What did he say?
He said like I have a purpose. I have a
Thank you.
a goal.
That's what he said.
Thanks for saving her. She was drowning.
I did just drown.
But
a little bit.
he and like some of his buddies have formed the True Living.
Oh, I know. That's so dramatic, huh?
It's like the opposite of Pastor Tom's church.
Oh,
Yeah.
Pastor Tom.
Yeah.
We don't even know what he's up to right now.
Yeah, we haven't seen you in a week, so that's why you just miss him, don't you?
I do miss him.
We talked to him.
Remember when I was on the
that?
phone with him? I was like, "Hi, Pastor Tom."
And he was like, "How long is this about to last?"
She
Yeah,
wants
I've been
to stroke
watching
his
you.
holy biceps.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
All right, back on topic.
But so, Ray, I mean, this group is very anti-return.
Yeah.
It's almost worrisome, and like without going into the next on, because we did see those, but we'll save those to predictions. We won't get into those
Okay.
here. But it seems like they're not happy with the turn, and they could be a violent group.
Yeah, I think they are.
We saw that last season with some of the police and just some of the guys whose brother had been killed by Caleb, that there's definitely an inspiration of like hatred towards these people, and Ray driving it because he's convinced that Caleb is not his real dad.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I have a question.
What?
Since are we done talking about Margaret?
Well, we can come back to her.
Okay, because when I was watching her tuck little Jacob
Right.
into bed, and he asks like, "Will I leave too or disappear, whatever it is?" And she said, "We both will." Do you feel like she is planning like them together are gonna go just like how she sent Barbara away? Like she'll send them both away at the same time.
I took that as like they would eventually die.
That's how you took it. Okay.
Or eventually,
But-
the whole thing with Barbara is sort of set up as the reason she disappeared, and the reason that Margaret can make other return disappear is to basically make them not want to be here. it's about like desire, about like
Choice.
About
having
letting
choice
go.
and having a
Right.
reason to be here. Barbara had sort of fulfilled her reason for being back. She was able to come back and rebind the connection between Fred and Maggie and give them, even if just for a moment, give them the family that they never got to have. And then so she did that, and so it was her time to go.
Okay.
And so if we think about it as each one of them is here to serve a purpose, Caleb's purpose was just to help bring his family back together, to help repair his relationship with his daughter. He failed at that horribly, and so he had to go. So
That's why he went? I thought he went because he didn't eat enough. Right? Because he wasn't eating, he was locked up in the cell, and he was getting sick, and then he just disappeared? No?
No, I think he was just...
Oh, okay. That's
Well,
what I
it
that's what I
depends
told
on how
you.
we go about
Yeah,
this.
it
If we're
just-
We
talking
don't
about
have
choice,
a locked
then
in theory, but because this is all conjecture at this
Right.
point.
Right.
Margaret says life is a choice, and so is going away. And she lied to her about what people were thinking about, and so it caused her to want to leave. Right.
Right.
So she manipulated the situation like she does everything. But
Right.
I think Caleb, and I mean, we're seeing that people are choosing to just let go. She's just saying, let go, let go, let go. So I don't know if people are living up to what they came here to do or anything, but I do think they're choosing out at some point.
Well, where I was going with that, with the choice thing, is that, or they come back with a purpose, is that eventually, let's say Jacob's purpose, he came back to bring his parents back together, to get them back on track so that they can move on, reopen the factory, like get back to their lives.
His
And once
purpose as
they're
far as what
there-
you think.
That's
you
what,
guys,
what my
I'm
theory
not-
is.
Your
building
theories. Got
towards,
it.
Oh.
Who are,
I'm
yeah,
just
and how
not
do we
on
know what people's
board.
purpose
I'm
is?
not on
really
board with
at all
that
this
theory.
week with a lot of things.
Yeah.
I feel like
What board are you on?
just a completely different one.
We know.
I'm not saying that this is what you're insinuating, but I don't think that they come back like knowing their purpose. I think they're just as confused and trying to figure it out as well.
Yeah.
And I also
I agree.
believe that in a sense, like they might be coming to repair, but when they leave, it's also causing a lot. It's opening a wound again.
Yep.
You know, it's reopening it. Like, could you imagine when or if Jacob disappears, like what it's going to do to his parents again? So they've lost not only their child once, but now they have to lose him again.
Right.
Like, that's not necessarily coming back to
No.
bring beauty and light into someone's
And
life.
I don't think Barbara's purpose was met.
See,
At
I don't
all.
Either.
I mean,
totally
it was
cut short.
It was Margaret's
Yeah.
decision. It wasn't really her decision.
Well, she did choose,
Right,
but she
but-
chose under duress and
Correct.
under
Like the wrong
manipulation.
circumstances.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
wasn't really her choice. She was brainwashed.
But she chose.
Eventually,
Yeah.
yeah,
She
no,
did.
you're
Right.
right. You guys are both
Ultimately,
right. You're
she
saying the same
chose,
thing.
We
Yeah.
are saying the same thing. Just different words.
I mean, well, let's look at. I mean, the thing is, it gets tougher when you start looking at other people that this theory might not like. We're not
Right.
like.
Yeah.
But that's how you test your theory. You gotta.
Numbers.
Yeah,
never
and
lie.
well,
It's all
just like
numbers.
Angela with her
Right.
crazy
We
statistics.
should have a board like right here that we like write on and
like Angela.
all these numbers. We won't know what they mean, but
Nope.
we'll have
It'll look
them.
cool. It'll be
It
colorful.
looks great.
It'll
Yeah.
be colorful.
I need one of those TI-82 graphing calculators.
Oh my god, I hated
That's
those.
high school. Oh,
Yeah,
I
man.
miss
All that
those.
stuff.
Ew.
Do they still use those? I wonder. If we have
They probably have them on
a teenage
iPads now or
fan
something.
watching, can you please let us know if you guys use those?
I'm sure they
calculators?
still have graphic calculators.
It's like, I'm not a teenager, but I still have mine.
Hey man, you can play Mario on those things. That was what I used mine for.
Really?
Well, that and making.
And Breakout.
What?
Lots of games.
Yep.
Are you serious?
You just had to know how to.
I
All right,
never
and-
How to
remember
waste your
games.
time.
Anyway,
Yeah,
As
gotta-
off
interesting as
topic.
that is.
Off topic. But so, well, let's talk about like the Langstons had their little journey with the factory.
Yeah.
Definitely, but there's something really interesting around
No,
the
of
corner.
course.
there.
Like, that's why
Right.
they're building it up. I don't think
Yeah.
that there's really much to divulge into yet at
Not
all.
really.
I think it's building, and we'll see.
There's
Did you
not
see
much.
his eyes though? Did you see his eyes when he was looking around there, remembering where everything was? Oh, he was
Well,
so
hold on,
excited.
I
Like he
think
got
there's
his
a
toy
lot
back.
to talk about because
No,
not only are
I'm
they.
saying not at this present moment. I think don't get me wrong. I think it's building to be a lot. I'm just saying, in this present moment, it's not like this episode just showed us all this information.
Oh, I
It's
don't need
definitely
much to build
building.
wild, crazy theories
We know,
on.
we know, but that's my point.
Because we get like they're looking around the factory. Henry and Jacob's remembering exactly where everything was. Oh, your office is down there. It had jelly beans in it.
His memory was
but that doesn't
fantastic,
have to do-
Well,
wasn't
to
it?
him, it was like 6 months ago. So.
Yeah, he was.
was amazing,
Yeah, it's true.
yeah.
He was like this and that, and then you had that, and the carpet was green, and you should have vacuumed over in that corner. And, wow.
But as he's coming out of there, and they find a guy, he was taking pictures of the property, potentially wanting to buy it. And his name is Brian Addison. And he says he has a cousin in town. Doesn't say who it is. We haven't met anyone named Addison. The Langstons don't know anyone named Addison. But it's a fairly small town. You'd think that they might know somebody. But I guess a cousin could have a different name. But, so I even wrote down, like, can we trust him?
I know.
Because they're really...
Do that voice again?
Can we trust him?
No.
The answer is no.
They're really suspicious of him. And then we get this crazy drop towards the end of the episode where gets the call from
Don't
Henry.
skip around. No, I'm kidding. I'm doing a you right now. I'm sorry.
They're gonna break up. He's definitely sleeping
No,
on the
because
couch
I wanted to talk
tonight.
about some other stuff too. But no, keep going.
They're breaking up.
But
We're
so,
not breaking up. Our relationship has never been so strong. Like I don't know what
I'm
you're saying.
confused.
Aren't we always?
Okay, go back.
Anyway, but so he gets the phone call from Henry, and Henry's interested in doing business with them.
Yeah.
This guy is an investor in reopening the factory.
And
then
Henry's
he's
so
like,
excited about that. He's
we
like,
got it. Yeah, Henry's on board. He
Yeah.
wants to get his old family business back. He doesn't mind working with an outside investor because to him it's like it's business. Like this guy seems reputable. They haven't signed anything yet,
No.
but he's going to look into going into business with him.
Yeah.
And it was really cute. Let's just say this real quick because we agreed on this.
How good of a wife she is.
Yes,
Yeah.
because she's standing in the kitchen.
She
and
is.
You can tell she's apprehensive.
She knows that it's wrong.
Yeah, she's like, this isn't such a
She's
good
like,
idea.
whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
But when it backfires.
Right. Whatever makes you happy.
That's what
I
women do.
want.
Yeah.
And then when it
Backhanded.
backfires, I'll be
So if you
here
guys would
with
just
the list.
listen the first time.
But no, I thought it was
I was
really
right the
sweet. And
first time.
I love how.
Saying.
I mean, from
they
their
play her.
perspective, like, what do they have? It seems like it's all in the up and up.
True.
I'm sure this guy legitimately has a good business history, but now he has been introduced to
we do not.
his grandpa.
Who's
Like,
24 years old.
Yeah, who's in high school? Who looks like he's in
Creepy.
high school still.
yeah,
Yeah.
Mama Langston style, like
Yeah.
this. Because you know what? I'm betting that I'm gonna throw out a wild prediction now.
What?
I think that this guy, whoever this grandpa is, like, at some point was a romantic interest of Mama
Margaret.
Langston. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
guys.
Because yes,
That's
And
my
that's
brain.
he
Yeah.
says like those Langstons will grow over any kind of money.
Right.
I'll bet she left him for whoever Mr. Langston was, who we've never gotten to meet because of
I
money
guess we'll
issues.
see.
Because of money.
are we in
Yeah.
predictions now? Because I have some.
Not yet.
Okay.
We're almost there.
You
We're
just
almost
get
there.
one. Okay.
Okay.
But listen, you know how Margaret like quickly was like, I've never heard of the Addisons ever. And honestly, we don't believe anything she says anymore.
Right.
So, of course, the opposite is,
So it
oh,
means
she
they
definitely
have.
knows
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
who the Addisons
I mean,
are.
she walked into a medical office room, like asking about a guy, and then later was like, "I've never heard of that man.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?"
Or maybe it's a false name altogether, you know?
True. It
Yeah.
could be a false name.
Why would he
That
use
would-
a name?
All
that-
right.
Or he just
You're right.
researched a guy who had businesses and knew that Daddy Langston wasn't going to ask.
Daddy.
Daddy. They're all daddies.
We
All
are
daddies.
getting into predictions here, so why don't we just hit that button?
Do it.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV prediction.
Why are you
The
hiding? T?
lights didn't go crazy.
That sound is like creepy.
Spooky theremin
like-
music.
Ooh, woo.
See? All in your weave. Got all in there.
I told you this is real.
Anyway,
Your
so
prediction was there, so anyone have a prediction?
Cute.
Are we doing them?
I think we're doing them, and I don't have too many predictions. I think that the bedtime, tuck with
Yeah.
Margaret and Jacob, I felt like she was saying that there's going to be like a moment that they're going to leave together, that she's going to do something where they leave together. I think the Addisons, I think the grandson just picked a name of a guy who, if Margaret was telling the truth and she's never heard of this Addison, that he just picked a guy who he knew was a good businessman. I don't know. And then that was it. But if they really did know it, I did like your theory that maybe Grandpa had a thing with Margaret. And
The young grandpa.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think Frank is going to really confront his mom like in the next episode or two, and we're gonna start getting like some serious answers.
Fred, you mean?
Fred, yeah. Why did I call him Frank? Who's Frank?
There's no Frank.
There's no Frank,
Yeah,
but it's fine.
that's
We'll
weird.
just roll with you.
Okay,
That's fine.
I-
It's 11 o'clock at night.
It's actually 12 because stupid daylight savings. But,
Where were you, my dear?
right?
Thank
Actually,
you.
either way.
My body feels.
Okay, you two over there. I'm gonna tell you. No, so
I'm
I
listening.
think that Maggie, her down spiral is only gonna continue, and I'm also just gonna throw it out there because I feel like I don't know how much longer Bellamy can hold off. I really do think, or I'm just hoping that he opens his mouth and tells Maggie what's going on.
I think
I thought
it'll
you were gonna say
happen.
opens his
That
mouth
I
and
love
kisses
you.
her.
Yeah.
Well, that too, but
I think,
no, I think
he will.
he needs to because like
Yeah.
I don't. To me, would it
Right.
be realistic if we just like keep holding this off?
They
he
have
can't keep
to.
disappearing. Like he's gonna get
No.
sick. He needs to say something.
Yeah.
So
I think
That's
maybe
where I'm
she's
at.
gonna go to wherever he's at, and she's gonna see the little vials in his bag, and then
Or
that
something.
like opens
Yeah.
up a conversation.
She's gonna
of,
find
like,
out.
What is
yeah.
Even
I
though it
think
would have
so.
been way nicer if he'd just tell her.
right?
Thank
But
you.
you
Yeah.
guys, no, I'm
Yeah.
kidding. I'm joking.
All right, what you got?
I don't have a good one. I like you guys. I just really enjoy this episode. I think they're really stirring up the pot really nicely, and I don't have any solid ones.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Just curious. Have we all agreed or decided that we think Caleb is not coming back, or do you think Caleb is coming back?
I think we can talk about it, and because we're in productions. As far as casting stuff I've seen,
Yes.
like official casting stuff, he's not coming back.
Well, I think he is.
Yeah,
I don't know,
he is.
but I do. I think he is.
I think a few are gonna come back.
I think so too. And didn't we? I swear, didn't we see like a preview at the very like beginning where it showed him like
A lot of stuff
later?
is gonna happen.
We thought we did, but then there was something I read somewhere that it wasn't him. We just thought it was. It was
stop.
another person.
Well, stop
Sneaky,
reading.
sneaky.
Yeah.
Stop reading.
Use
No.
your heart.
We're having
No,
a
I'm
lot of fun watching this season,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Like I'm just
It's
really
getting
proud
really
of him.
good.
Yeah,
I
good
think
stuff.
he's coming back though. That's my vote. Is that Caleb comes back?
That'd be interesting because that would mean a lot of other people would start coming back
Right.
too.
I guess we'll see.
And they could.
I think that these vials are going to be reproduced, and they're going to be shared to all the other people. And I think Marty is not going to die.
And what about Tom? You have nothing to say about him?
Well, we didn't see him this week. We'll
We
get
love
him back.
him.
All we got
We
was
still
that
love
Rachel
you.
is a little bit sick, but maintaining.
Tom is okay.
The baby's
All right.
okay.
It's okay.
We assume Tom's cool. He's nearby.
Tom's
Official
all right.
word. Tom's okay.
Tom's okay.
good.
Oh,
good.
good.
Hold on.
Okay.
One-
Wait.
Oh,
Yep. Tom is
good.
okay.
Oh, Tom's okay.
We got the word from the magical voice in G's ear.
Tom is okay.
Um,
and wait. What about Lou and Margaret? Because at the
What
end
about
there,
him?
remember she confronted her hubby, Daddy Langston, and said like she was like bringing it up. Well, don't you think that they spend too much time together, or like I don't like the things that she's.
they're
putting.
definitely gonna start fighting.
You think so? Like
Yeah.
actually? Ooh.
I hope
they have to.
I hope they finally realize like we got to be suspicious of this crazy
Right.
woman living in our
But
house.
Okay,
also,
good.
it's always like that story of the mother-in-law, like whoever
Yeah.
it is. You
Don't
know,
trust mother-in-laws.
Right. I
Okay.
mean, okay.
Well, some are good.
Gee, got this far away.
Mine's good.
No. What have I done? And with that, I think we're gonna call it a night.
Let's
here
call it.
at AfterBuzz TV. Any last thoughts, you guys, as we wrap up?
I love the Mo. Don't ever do it again.
Yes, please. Let's just. Can we shave it now?
Let's shave it on the
Right.
air
On
next
the
time,
air.
next week.
We
should.
will see how long the mustache lasts.
Well, you said you're gonna wear it for the whole month of November, correct?
maybe.
Oh my gosh.
I love our Resurrection fans. You guys are wonderful.
You
Thanks
guys
for
are
all the
awesome.
comments and
Yeah,
stuff.
guys.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
G Madison, where can the people keep up with you throughout the week?
www.gmadisonlive.com. Everything is there for you, people. I'll see you there.
I love you so much. I mean, I don't have a website to give you, but
Twitter
my
will do.
Twitter and Instagram. My handle is at cbriche, CBRICHE. Thank you guys for watching.
And you can find me at Melina TV on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter.
And you guys can catch me on Twitter at @ZachWilson. Also here at AfterBuzz. Ton of shows coming up this week. We've had a fantastic interview tonight on Grimm. If you watch Grimm with Claire Coffey, who plays Adeline Shade, I highly recommend you check that out. It was a blast to do. And also later this week, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Sleepy Hollow, a few others. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Zach Wilson. Thanks for geeking out with us.
Bye, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.